Welcome everyone to the training webinar series, Eyefinity Encompass New Dashboard Reporting Using Analytics and Insights presentation. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to your questions throughout the presentation. You can enter them by clicking on the Q&A icon on the right of your screen. My name is Linda Park, and it is my pleasure to be with you today to introduce Tammy Lynch. Tammy has more than 30 years of medical billing experience and holds a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, as well as many certifications in software development. She's trained at our Eyefinity education conferences, on-sites, and hands-on sessions. In her spare time, she enjoys spending time with her family, traveling, spending long days on the beach, and watching college football. She's known for her patience and flexibility. Welcome, Tammy.
Thank you, Linda. Let me see, can you let me know when you can see my practice management system? Get that up.
Yes, it's up. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Linda. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to talk about analytics and insight dashboards reporting with you today. I have a lot to cover. Today, I do want to tell you, I'm going to cover what analytics and insights is. We're going to look at some security setup. We're going to discuss some of the dashboard, how to access them. We're going to take a look at the 6 dashboards that are actually currently in the system for you to use, walk you through how you can use them, and then I will show you how to download them. So let's go ahead, let's get started. The first thing, what are analytics and insights? These are basically new enhancements to practice management for those of you who used our system in the last you probably ever be seen, they were the dashboard reports. So they are now called Analytics and Insights. Some people might refer them to A&I, but they are the new dashboards. We have improved performance. We've made it more simple and access to see basically detailed views in a much easier way, better data-driven decisions. It's going to allow you to dive deeper into your data. We'll show you some charts, the ability to drill down to get further deep in there, and then you can download these still into a CVS or an Excel, CSV or an Excel file. Security. The first thing I'm going to cover is security. So very much like our dashboards we had prior, it is security based. And if you didn't know, we're going to click into administration and I'm going to click on my staff. And I'm going to click under the modify security button. On the right-hand side of my screen, you'll see where the dashboards are there. So they're pretty simple. I can choose 1 or 2. I can choose them all. I can choose none. I do like to point out here, we have 6 dashboards. And when you look in here, you only see 3. We have these little tooltips here, these little question marks, and this is going to guide you on what access you want to give your staff member. So billing, they're going to get the billing dashboard. So if you want them to see the billing dashboard, you can check that one. When I look at the operations, this one here it includes the patient demographics, the patient marketing, and the appointment status. So if you want them to see that one, you're going to check that one. And then our sales one includes your sales revenue and the sales productivity. So if depending again on what you want, based on what you want your staff to be able to see, this is where those are security preference. And then I'm going to hit save. And that is all. I'm going to click back on my Eyefinity Encompass logo, and I will tell you where these reports are. We're going to go over to the reporting tab. And when you click in there, you should see Analytics and Insights. And I'm just going to click on that. There's a little blurb here. I am not going to read it for you word for word. You can look at it. Basically, it's telling you about these dashboards and what they can do for you and what's new. Where I'm going to have you concentrate is on the left-hand side of the screen, my navigation screen here. These are the 6 dashboards that we currently have. So there's an appointments, we have a billing, we have a patient demographics, patient marketing, sales by provider and staff, and a sales revenue. So we're just going to start at the top. I'm going to just click on appointments here, and it is going to open up my dashboard. The appointment dashboard is going to provide quick summary information of appointments based on the time period and locations that you select. So huge. If you don't hear anything else, this date section here is for the appointments. It's automatically going to pop me into 7 days. So it's going to show me a week's worth of appointment statuses. I am in a training environment, and obviously there's no information in here for the past 7 days. So for this demonstration, I'm going to back this up to January 1st, just so I can get some data in here. And you'll see it'll all load for me here. So again, huge to know this date here and your location. If you have multiple locations, you can do per location or you can do them all. But based on this date span, I have 21 appointments in my environment. I have 21 scheduled, 11 confirmed, 1 that was checked in, 2 walk-ins, 1 left message, 0 for not available, 0 no-shows, 0 cancellations, 0 non-patient, and 6 others. If I hover over, it's going to allow me, it's going to show me, it's a definition basically. So total appointments is going to represent the total number of patient appointments, including canceled or deleted appointments. So total number of patients, appointments. Total scheduled is going to be those with a confirmation and appointment status. If I come over to confirmed, these are going to be the number that have been confirmed and the number checked in and so on and so forth. And I can kind of look over. When I click on this other here, I can see there are 6 that are other. I will show you where I see that in the next screen, but it tells you here total number of deleted appointments or appointments with no status or the status checked out. So that could be a couple of different things there. Okay. What else we see on this page is we're going to be able to show you your appointments by office, your 10-day appointment trend, and you can see an appointment trend down here. So this is going to be from the beginning. This appointments by office is color-coded, so we did keep some the color formations from the original reports. Down here below, this is like a purple color that would represent my check-in. I can still hover over there. I can see there is 1 patient that is checked in, which also matches the data up here at the top. This light blue color is confirmed, again, matches the information at the top. So hovering over here is going to give you a bit more details. You can use this little arrow button to move over so I can see there's another none. I was playing today with, there's this little pin here. If anybody likes to click on things like me, if I look at this left message, if I click on left message, so I clicked on it, and then I click on this little pencil here, basically what it did is it highlighted just what I was asking for, just that left message. Can be useful, kind of fun to play with it, but that's what that little pin is. If you want to click on it, if I unclick it, I can get all the information back again. Your 10-day appointment would populate here. I don't have any in my last 10 days in this environment. And then here's my appointment trend. So I backed my date up to January 1st, and down here you can see that I didn't have any appointments the 1st through the 7th, or actually the 1st through the 14th. So here's my first appointment, and you can see my appointment trend. And then the last appointment that I have scheduled in here would be May 22nd. So these are, again, all of this information is going to be based on these dates you put up here and your location. Now with these new dashboards, they have this little button here called the Go to Details button. All of these work exactly the same. So you're going to put all of your data information in here, your date span. You are going to go over and you're going to choose the location or the location that you have, and then you're going to click this details button. When I click this details button, it's going to give me basically a table. Here are those 21 appointments from the first page. And what it does is now it is allowing me, based off of this table, to use these filters. So these are little filters that I can click in and drop down, and they will allow me to narrow or broaden my search results. If, for instance, here's my appointment statuses, maybe I don't really need to see all. Maybe I just want to see which ones are confirmed. I can click confirm, click out of the box, and now it's loading here's just the 11 that are confirmed. Okay, so I can use that. I can go back to all. It'll populate back to my 21. If I want to know if somebody has insurance, it doesn't give me the insurance on the screen. It'll just tell me if there's been insurance, if it's true or false. Do they have insurance? True. Do they not have insurance attached? False. You can see information like that. You can look and see what the service is. You can filter down. So if I wanted to see all of just my 92014, I can just click that one box, click out of the box, and it'll filter just to if I have any, how many I have. Let's take it. There we go. So these are all my 92014s. So just ways you can filter down. Again, these are appointments. Again, I can go back, I can click on all. One thing I do like to point out is when I clicked in here, I see all of these choices here. If the choice you're looking for is not in this drop-down list, you're not going to find any information. This is strictly pulling from your calendar of what you actually put on your calendar here. So if you're looking for a YAG, you didn't schedule a YAG, you're not going to find it here. Okay. And then I can come over here, patient ID. Again, if there has any notes, these are just additional filters you can use. To get back to the previous screen, I can click this little greater than sign, and it'll pop me back over, and I can go back to my front page again. Okay, that's appointments. So all about appointments here. You can also download to the Excel format, change the data in the order that you want it in, and you could print it out there. The billing dashboard, let me click on this one. The billing dashboard it's actually kind of nice. This again is run by the service date. Now notice in this one, it's going to automatically default 30 days in for you because that's billing. That's what it does. Your location, same thing. And based on this month span, it's just telling me that I had $155 in ready to bill. I have 881 in billed status. I have $113 on hold. I have nothing rejected, and I have $148 in payments. Again, it's based on this data service. If I were to go into claim management and maybe I wanted to search my on hold, I should see 2 on hold claims in there for $113 and during this span. Now, I already peeked, and I'll show you how I saw that here in just a second. Down below that, you have payments and carrier. So this is going to be all the payments that come in through this date span here. Okay, again, I can hover over it. It's just one VSP check for $148. And then the third section down here is your accounts receivable or your AR. Now, this section down here does not apply to your billing dates, which makes sense because your AR is going to be accumulative over everything. You're not going to kind of look at just that date. So you're going to look at everything that it's outstanding, any of your billing receivables in the system. So again, this is not date driven. Okay. So notice each section has its own go-to billing detail. So going to billing detail for the billing section, go to payment detail for the payment section, go to the aging detail for the aging. So 3 different types of reporting that you can run on this one billing section. So the first one I'm going to click on is this go to billing detail. And when I click on it, here's my 11 claims. Here are the patients that go with those 11 claims, and here's the total outstanding. What I can do here is I can use my filters to change how I want this data to look. I could search for a claim number or an order number. I could look at a specific patient. I can look at claim statuses. So when I come down here and let's say I want to look at my on hold and I apply, there's the 2. So I know I have 2. This again will match if you go into claim management and look at your on hold for this date span, you'll have 2 claims in there, but you can see the patient's names here. If I wanted to see what was billed, I could click the billed. Let me unclick these click my apply button. And now here's 6 claims that I billed between this time frame for a total of $881.20. I can come in here and I can choose specific carriers. So maybe I only want to see VSP. Then it'll just show me my VSP. So really little places you can come in and just really drill down on only what you want to see. And then again, to get back, I'm going to click the little arrow and I'll go to my payments. This one's kind of easy. There's just one check out there, but I don't know who this check belongs or who the patients are on this check. I can go to my details and I can pop that information in here. And I can see very quickly the patient's name is Tammy, and it looks like this VSP check was applied to different invoices. Okay. In here, I could again, it's only one, but if there were multiple patients, I could see multiple patients. If there were multiple payments, different carriers, I could search on carrier. I can even search on plan. I can even search on the name of the employee. Okay. So let me go back. That again was this one. And then the aging. So on this, when I hover over, you can see current here. I'm going to hover over. So cutoff date current is June 1st. When I come over here, May 1st, April, March, February 1st, February 28th, because of the short month. So that's how you can visually look at your 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, plus greater than 4 months. I can also hover on these again. I can see the information when I hover on them. When I go to this aging detail, open this up, and it's going to give me a table and additional fields. I love this. Currently, for those of you who use the aging report in claim management, that it can be run by one insurance, or it can be run by all insurances. In here, I can actually say, you know what, today I want to work on just Aetna, Blue Cross, and Cigna, apply that. And those are the only claims now that I see. This is like my aging here. So I don't have 200 pages that I have to go through and figure out which one. I can kind of split them up this way. I will go back to all here. The other thing that I love about this report is on the far right-hand side, where it has your AR amount. This is a column header, and just to the right, you're going to see a little button here. I'm going to click on it, and what I can do is I can sort now my dollar amounts. So I used to be a biller, and some days I wanted to look the biggest stuff first, or I want the smallest stuff. You can see down here, it's a little bit smaller. We got a lot of credits in here and the 1 cent. But if you prefer working your largest first, this allows you to change that AR amount to see which ones you want to work first. Really nice. Again, I like how this here tells me I have a total of 120 claims at this much. But when I start digging down again, if let's just say I want to see how much is VSP and VSP Medicaid, it'll change this number. So of VSP, it's 73 at $4,200. So these boxes are going to change for quick glances based on the information that you add up here at the top. Okay. Okay. So that is the aging details report. So again, I like the little bit more flexibility. You can even, if I come over here, if I wanted to, I could even alphabetize them by name. So now it's alphabetized up here. So really a little bit more how you want it to look. Gives you some more customization on how you want it to look. Okay, so that's our AR. I'm going to click that back. This was our billing. Remember, 3 different sections here, big takeaways, same thing. Your dates are what are populating the numbers, is your date span and your location. Patient demographics. This one, I'm not going to do a whole lot of time on this. It kind of is what it is. Based on my date span and based on my location, this is giving me the total patients served, which is basically the patients who you had business with in that date span. When I look to the right, these are my all-time patients. I have 225 inactive patients. I have 20 active, and out of the 20 active, 3 were seen sorry about that, within this time period. If you are tracking the referrals, you would see a referral diagram here. If it's the doctor or patient referrals, you would see that here. Over to the right, this is the percentage of the carrier distribution by order. So VSP, 45.5%, Aetna 36. So you kind of see a quick breakdown of the percentages. And you can hover over them again. It'll kind of show you that way. You can see them all that way. And then down here, this is the little how many by gender. Out of our 3 patients, 2 are male, 1 are female. So there might be some information that you can pull off of that type of granted information the patient gives you. If I click on this one and go to the details, it's just going to give me some information about my patients in my system. This one is a little slower. Give it just a second. But it's the same thing. We're going to have these filter fields where you'll be able to go in and you'll be able to filter on just the information that you want to see. And I apologize. It is taking a little bit longer. Give it just a second. Let me see if I can refresh it back. And okay, let me try this. No. Okay, let me try it again. We might skip this one and come back to it later if I can't get this one to push through. But I promise you, there are filter fields in there. We will go through. You can sort on the graphs. Same thing. You can hover over the graphs. You can click to get the more details. There we go. Sorry that took so long. But here are my filter fields. So again, insurance is going to be a big one. If you're looking for who is the referring responsible party, any of these, there's your gender, active status if they're active or if they're not, and patient ID. This one's kind of small. It only has 3 patients on here, but there's my 3. So I'm going to go back up another one. And I'm going to go to patient marketing. So if you're familiar with our previous dashboard reports, these patient marketing reports can come in very handy. What's here? Give me just a second. Okay. The way these are going to work, I only have 2 patients here. I am going to change the filter so that I can show you some more information on here. These are going to provide you with like patient's name, date of birth, age, gender, phone number, physical address, email address. I get a lot of offices that ask the team, hey, I need a list of patients who have email addresses, or can I get a list of patients who I build a specific CPT code for, or specific contact lenses, or I want a list of all my patients who have been diagnosed with myopia or diabetes or things like that. This is going to be the dashboard that you're going to be able to use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to filter not by the last exam date. I'm going to say no here. And then notice here, just it automatically defaulted me to a month. And I want to see all invoices. You have an option to see just invoiced or not invoiced. I want to see all of them. When I do that, now it's going to give me the little filter fields. So let's say that I just wanted to look for a specific CPT code. Let's say I want to see everybody who had a refraction. I'm going to apply that. And it's going through and it searches and it's going to change and show me a list of those. So there's 92, and these patients here all were billed a refraction. Okay. The other information that you can see going across, you got the patient ID, the patient's name, their last exam date is on here, their date of birth, age, sex, their phone number, their address. If there's an email address, their email address is here, if they're active, and then their provider, which provider. Again, all of these you can narrow down. So this is for refraction. Let's go back, and I want to say all. I want to apply it. Maybe I just want to search by a diagnosis code. I can hand key a diagnosis in there. So I'm just going to put H52.53. in here, and it's going to go through. You can put any code you want in there, and it's going to go through and it's going to give me a list of all the patients who have myopia. Second, I can do it also by provider. I can search by specific provider. I can search by contact lens styles. So during the pandemic, we had lots of offices who wanted to know patients weren't able to come in the office. They wanted to look for those patients, what contact lenses they sold them. These reports, you can look at a specific lens and it'll give you the patients who purchased them. Looks like I'm slowing down again. Give me just a second. Oh, Paula, oh, did it pop? There it goes. Oh, it's, sorry about that. Looks like it started me over. So let me go back in here. I apologize. Let me come out and then let me go back in there. All right, I'm going to go back here and I'm on all. Okay, so what I was saying, that contact lens style, let's just hypothetically say that you wanted to see everybody who had these 1-day AccuView 90-day pack. I'm going to apply and I'm going to come out, and it took me down to these 4 patients right here. So I know the 4 patients who have that. So maybe if there's a sale going on or they're being discontinued, you want to reach out to the patient. Now you've got the information that you can reach out to the patient. All the lenses again in here, if you see it on this list, there are patient data information in here. Put it back to all. You've got frame collections you can sort by, again, provider, different providers. So if you just wanted to see what Stephen Strange is up to, you can apply that and it's going to take me down to just 10. So 10 out of 241, these are all Dr. Stephen Strange. Go back and apply that, bring those back. And again, these fields all you can look at these. If maybe you just wanted to see by female, alphabetical, you can change all of these. All these columns have these little guys here. You can sort them, kind of use these little guys. These things are a little, this is the pricing here, and it's just bringing you into, see how that went lower? I kind of closed the gap a little bit, so it's bringing me down. If I want to get back, I can open the gap. I prefer to use the drop downs. I just think it's a little bit easier, but you can use these little guys, move them across. Here's your miscellaneous sales. That's typically going to be accessories, shipping, things like that. Your exams sales, if you want to see, let's see if anybody had any exams this year. And if it doesn't come back with any responses, it'll be 0. It won't show you. Okay. So kind of nice, just again, giving you the ability to be able to go in and kind of customize to what you want to see. Sales by provider and staff. This dashboard, it's going to show you your total average net sales by staff and by provider. I always we all know that currently practice management does not have a commissions report. This is one of the reports that we have offices use to try to help with that gap in the reporting for right now. Again, based on date, so this is more like a week. This is telling me that my average net sales, excuse me, by my staff is $581. If I hover over that, it gives me the information. This is my average net sales and my staff count. So I only have one staff member this week who did anything, and they sold $581.10. So that is my total there, and here's by provider. So these are going to give you that information. And you notice on this one, it does say it excludes outside providers. So outside providers information is not included in these dollar amounts. Total net sales by staff. Here is my one. Tina is the superstar for this week. I can see she did $581.10 in services. It's the only option that I have. She's my top performer. If I look over to the right, this is the 5-week trend. So now you can see where there's more staff members, and we're all have little color coding. So there's this little blue here. That one's Tina. You can see Kimberly has an orange color, Eyefinity support. So you're able to track this. But maybe I don't want to see everybody. I can come up here and say, I just want to see Kimberly. And I can apply, and now it's just going to figure to just Kimberly's information. So now this is just Kimberly. She's the orange. So I can kind of play if I wanted to see, Kimberly and Tammy. I can click apply, and then it'll populate our color codes there. Okay, so I'll click that. And then down here, I have my total net sales by provider. So my provider test, again, one sale, 580. Notice it does round up. So that's just 581 instead of 581.10. In your reports, this is going to be on these here. We're just going to do the roundup for you. It makes it easier to look at. And then over here to the right is the 5-week trend for the provider. Okay. I can also pick and choose my provider if I wanted to see a specific provider. Now this one, when I go to my details button, it is going to come in and populate. I like this one too. Same information again. You'll notice a trend in all of these. You can choose by staff, narrow it down by doctor. if you have an order number, maybe transaction type, maybe if you want to look at the remakes, if there were any remakes, or maybe remakes and returns, just so that populates, it'll narrow it down to just that information there for you. And I don't have any. I'll go back to all. And I'm back at my all again. I can narrow it down by CPT code, and I can do another diagnosis search if I wanted to. These numbers here again are just going to be what's based down here in my table along the bottom. And then the last one that we have is the sales revenue. So this is going to be everything. Again, you can see it's defaulted us to a month at a time. That's typically, you want to look at it a month at a time, but I can change these to whatever I want to change them to, and I can change the location. This one here, what's nice about this one is it's going to show me my total sales revenue. You see my total patient count, average amount per patient, and total exam count. And then I can click on these again and I can see, so what is my total sales revenue made up of? That is the net insurance receivable plus the customer responsibility minus taxes. That equals the net sale. So it actually gives you the numbers too. So when it calculated $1,082 plus 1955, there was no tax. So that comes up with the 3736. Total patient count, average, and then the total exam count. And then we actually give you this indication little button here. Obviously red means it's gone down, but this one's gone up since the previous these same dates last year. So just a little quick indication of really visual to kind of quickly look at that information there. Location sales, again, you can hover over these. So exams is going to be at the top, materials is down at the bottom. Here's your 10-day sales trend. Exams all the way across. Revenue source, exams and materials, and then the distribution. So contact lenses, exams, eyeglasses, other. Again, other typically is going to be accessories, shipping, things like that. And then when I come up here and I go to my details, it's going to give me my little filters. And now I can use this information again to just make it what I want to see. This is a lot here. If you're not looking for that, maybe you just want to look at a specific product type. Maybe you just want to look at exams. And that'll kind of take it down to just the exams. Maybe you want to look at a specific transaction type, an adjustment, a sale. You have that ability. Specific procedures, true or false. Fitting fees, true or false. Invoice numbers, region, if you looking for a specific patient, a specific associate, and then a doctor, your provider. You can still look for transaction number and order numbers. But quickly, it'll tell you your total patient count, how many exams, and it does tell you in there, this excludes procedures and fitting fees. So you can see these are just exams. And then here's your orders, net sales, total patient amount, total insurance receivable. Again, based on this here, when I take off this and put everything back on here, these numbers are going to change. So now based on this, these numbers have gone up here. Now I have 12. Okay, I can scroll all the way across. So again, depending on what information you have in your system, you'll be able to see the office, the product type, if it's a lens, the category, if it's a vendor, you can see the vendor name, the lens style, contact lens value, and then you have your transaction dates, ID, invoice number, order number, the associate, patient's name, doctor, and then this goes back. So this is the retail amount, if there were any discounts, how much the patient paid, how much your receivable is, any taxes, and then the net insurance amount. So this is kind of similar to the monthly production report. You can see if there are procedures, yes or no, fitting fee, yes or no, and then if it's a sale or an adjustment, what kind of transaction it is. Okay. I was looking. I do want to show, I know we're running out of time. This little here, well, this little guy here, it says last updated. So I'm in Virginia, so I'm on the Eastern time. This dashboards are going to update throughout the day. You can look at the last update here. This is the magic button if you want to put this information into, you got Excel here or a CSV file. There are different tiles that you can start these with. So this is the patient count tile. You see the revenue detail, total exam tiles, total insurance revenue, total net sales tiles. So these are the tiles here. So let's do something that's got something, total net sales. Let me see if I can download. I'm not great with these Excel sheets, but you are able to populate. Oh, it's not populating. Let me do this. Let me go to this one because I think this one's a little bit easier to see when we do that. So if you were like to download these and rearrange the data, add what you need to. Let me see if I can get this one to pop up. They're popping up and then they're hiding on me. Let me try. They worked for me earlier. Give me just a second. See if I can get one. Let's try. Let me try them both. Let's see here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. No, let me hit it again. It is not working for me today. I promise you, it was working earlier and it could just be my system. Let me try one more time. Let me try a CSV. Maybe it's just that file is not really working for me today. Well, okay. So let me, oh, it popped up in another screen. Let me just kind of show you here. So basically, this is what it's going to do. It's going to bring it into another file. I'll just kind of show you. It's one of those where if you know, you can come in here and you can change the information. Obviously, you might want to make these a little bit bigger so you can see them. If it's somebody who likes to play in Excel, you could come in here if you wanted to total it, come down here and you could sum it. Let me make that a little bigger. You could do the little sums. You can kind of basically turn this into what you need to do it to get the information that you want out of it. And then from here, you would be able to save it if you needed to save it, and you could print it and print it out if you wanted to print it out. Let me see. I'm not going to save this. I don't think that I need to. So that is basically everything that there is about analytics and insights. I will tell you this, there are 6 dashboards right now, but keep an eye out for additional dashboards that'll be being added in the future. Just kind of keep an eye out for that. And I will ask Linda, are there any questions? Linda, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are there any questions?
Oh, sorry.
No,
No, I do not see any questions in the Q&A. I do want to remind everybody that you can ask your questions using the Q&A feature on the right of your screen. So we'll just give that like one more minute to see if we have any questions. Okay, so it looks like we don't have any questions today, But if you are looking for more training, you can check out some of our other learning options, which include documentation, tutorials and walkthroughs, role-based training, additional training webinars, one-on-one virtual training, and on-site training or consultations. And you can learn more by visiting our website, eyefinity.com/education. And with that, I would like to thank you, Tammy, for your time and the valuable information you shared with us today. And thank you to everyone on the line for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. This concludes our presentation.